I don't know what happened. We recorded an episode earlier on Podbean, and somehow Podbean deleted my whole account. I will give them a call and see what happened, but I think I'm pretty much done with the channel from now on. So we're gonna try something new. We're gonna actually try to do this live from New York up here.
Live from Youngstown.
But I do apologize.
No, shit happens technology-wise. I know I'm like have atrociously bad luck with tech. So it literally might just be me in the same room as anything technologically complex happening.
But I do feel terrible because you came all this way to do this, and then this happened, and I'm like, no, we're not ending this. We're not doing it this way. But you know what? We have a good hour.
Yeah, we have an hour. So do you want to start?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just thinking because like now my ride's on its way, and I'm like,
oh no, we're gonna do this. We're gonna try to speed this up. Yeah.
Shit happens.
Shit actually happens. So. Oh god. And I'm doing this for you. I'm missing everything for you.
You're an angel.
And because I care about you. I do. So, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Goodlove is here with us today, and they are a gem. They really are a gem. So should we try to?
Yeah, go ahead. Start rattling off questions again, and I'll start trying to mimic my answers from the first time.
Yeah, let's try this. All right. So, how did Dr. Goodlove become Dr. Goodlove?
I myself became Dr. Goodlove through like a series of what events might seem unrelated. Like, you know, it was the summer between my freshman and sophomore year of college, and I was working like some shit fast food job, and I was just ready to get away from it all. And I said, I'm going to run away to England and start a gay bar. But when, you know, that seemed really pricey via my research, I decided that, you know, trying drag out would be fun. And then I saw a drag bingo at my college campus, and I was like, that I want to be able to do that. And I asked like the lovely queens that were performing, and they were like, told me what I needed to do, you know, look at local gay bars in your area, find out when they're having their open stages. And I just went on a whim one night, and I tried out for their next open stage at the Rainbow Unicorn, and they booked me on their next show. And ever since then, I have been Dr. Goodlove. But Dr. Goodlove actually came from like a story that I wrote for my mom's English class in middle school. You know, about just some weird little mad scientist when I was like trying to like build my drag character before I walked out my first open stage. Like, I was like, I'm not going out there without a plan. I need to, you know, have everything together. And so I, you know, really liked that story, and I just built upon like what Dr. Goodlove's like backstory and creation was. He's a Gemini, born June 13th, 1913. And he is a doctor in mortuary sciences and human anatomy. And he is canonically like 102. And he is essentially just an amalgamation of body parts. The only thing that is about him that is Dr. Goodlove is he figured out a way to extend soul life and ended up combining his gray matter with the mycelium of a mushroom, and now it is just spreading through the brain of any carcass he can bind to allow his soul to have a vessel. So that's both me and Dr. Goodlove.
For the record, I love hearing their story. I really do. I actually want to experiment this real quick, because if we're live, let's see if we're on TV.
Oh wait, are we going to watch ourselves?
I just want to see if the audio is actually working. We're about to see.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right, we're good.
Awesome. The feedback must have been fun for people.
That's why I was just like, I wanted to make sure that this was working.
Yeah. Because right. If we did like round two.
We're good. Thank God. All right. this is what's gonna happen, ladies and gentlemen.
We got 30 minutes.
30 minutes. Oh, damn. All
All
right.
right, so start
All right. We're gonna do this real quick.
rapid fire.
All right. Let's see the questions I asked you. Oh, got it. Now I'm put on the spot.
You asked me how Dyke and I met.
All right. Yeah.
From my perspective, because this was on the podcast
Mm-hmm.
a couple of weeks ago. Dyke and I actually met in middle school honors band.
Mhm.
It was either fifth or sixth grade. Dyke says sixth. I want to say fifth. But we were the only two Barry saxes in the county, and so obviously, like, we were both put up in an honor band, and we just clicked. And every honor band, every countywide march, every countywide band thing, every marching band tournament, like, my band director literally used to let me sit at the front of the bus so I could jolt off to go and find Sam from the other school in the county. And then, I had a mediocre straight boyfriend for a while who was like, "No, you've had girlfriends previously. You're bi. I don't want you. Having any queer people on your friends list." And so, Sam was one of the ones that got deleted. And when I went to go and add them back on, they had changed their username and I couldn't find them. And then after graduation, I had heard that they were hit by a car, and then nothing else. So I kind of actually assumed that Sam was dead for a few years. And then just the same night that I, came out to the Rainbow Unicorn for the first time on a whim, they were there performing. And, I was like trying to take a picture of them because they looked like my roommate's fictional crush. And I didn't know if like photos were allowed at drag shows. So I had my phone down here and I was like trying to take pictures. And then intermission rolled around and I went out and, was trying to make conversation like, "Oh, look, were you a theater kid? Were you a band kid? Oh, you were a band kid. You played very sax. Where did you go to school?" And it was about at that point that like Sam and I sort of recognized each other, and it was literally like high school again, just right in one another's arms. And ever since then, we've been continuously connected at the hip.
Yeah, I'm glad because I was gonna say you guys are the perfect couple. You guys are.
I mean, not perfect 100% of the time, but we're damn near close.
Well, yeah, every relationship has their faults, but
Yeah.
you guys are cute together, and I'm glad that you guys ended up finding each other once again.
It was a lucky find.
Yes, it was. I did ask you if there was one number you can do for your drag. What would it be?
And that's like a hard question for me because I'm so indecisive and I always have so many irons in the fire. But my top three is Necromancer Dancin' by Bear Ghost. I think it's such a banger, and I do hope to actually perform it in Cincinnati on October 1st. And then I want to do Zitrate Anatomy, but that requires like a fun prop. And then a third one that I just want to do to just do it. I want to do Literal Legend by Aisha Erotica. Just go out, serve cunt, boobs out, Dr. Goodlove. Just make it fun. Promotional ad break via Dr. Goodlove, because I remember that this was something else that was brought up more naturally in the first recording of this podcast. But we have a charity bingo at the Rainbow Unicorn on the 21st. All proceeds benefit the ACLU. It's hosted by me and my counterpart, who won the Ohio Valley Pride pageantry title. It's a whole lot of fun. And then directly after that, actually the bingo game is slightly bleeding into the show for like audience retention. So if you stick around for Atlas Blaine's My Life is a Circus Midlife Crisis show, you might get to win a couple of 18 plus bingo baskets.
Yeah, so look out for that.
Yeah.
Like I said in the last one, please do give me your information on the stuff you make.
Yeah.
Because I will promote it as much as possible. And if you would like to promote it again on here.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to yammer. Hi, I'm Dr. Goodlove. I'm a professional seamstress in my 9 to 5, and I also do custom drag sewing. I would love to get more commissions. I've made like the Mothman costume that you've seen Dyke Tyson in. I made the Devil Bed Flanders costume that you've just seen Dyke Tyson in. I made the lavender suit that won my pageant. I made his trans pride suit that Dyke wore in the pageant. I've made battle jackets for Micah Sonova, Zion Grinder, and really and Atlas Blaine, and that's like really my truly extensive makers list. I make full coverage nudity law Packer jock straps for drag kings. But I'm always down and willing to do a custom outfit of any sort.
I'll probably have to hit you up.
You definitely should.
Yeah, because I would love to get some of your stuff
Yeah.
in my arsenal.
The doctor's always in his lab making fancy little things.
Well, and I think at the end of the day, we need to support each other. And
Yeah.
I do want to support you as much as possible. That's why I want to promote you so bad.
And I want to like get your clip-on earring info because I don't have this ear pierced and I would like to be more jingly jangly.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm glad that you chose these.
Now that there's a cam up, I feel like we can.
You can show up.
I'm a makeup influencer.
Yeah. The necklace I'm wearing right now, I did make it. Someone actually is buying it off of me.
Oh.
Yeah, those I made like last Tuesday, I think.
Oh, dang. Fresh off a.
Yeah, I sold like because I made 3 of them. The other 2 are gone. I sold them yesterday.
I can see why. They're adorable and very like vintage. I'm a sucker for pearls.
Well, like I said, I was helping my good friend Brooke Jonas, who is the beaded bitch. Please do go check her out as well. She asked me to come yesterday to help her with her jewelry, and then there was a woman who was asking, "Do you guys have clip-on earrings?" And here I am going in my bag like, "Yeah." And she immediately loved those. So
they are adorable.
Yeah. I do have to make more. I do have like a bag here that I did buy earlier. Like I said, I still need to make more, but look at these that I got.
Oh, I don't have my glasses on because it kind of like
you're fine.
with the headset.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, these are adorable. Yeah. I know that Sam would love these.
Hey, I'm more willing to make them a pair if they want.
Oh, there's the flippy bags.
Yeah.
Ooh, love. I love sparkly shinies. I'm a child. What was other than like the 30-minute Spider-Man conversation that we had at the end of the last podcast recording?
Oh, we can talk about that since we were like geeking out about it.
Oh yeah.
It's nice. I'll say this: it's nice to actually talk to someone who loves Spider-Man as much as I do. So I'm grateful.
Oh yeah. Now that I'm on camera, I can show it my limited edition Spider-Man fanny pack from the No Way Home release.
Yeah. And we both agreed that we might get canceled for this.
Yep.
That
Andrew Garfield's the worst Spider-Man.
Yes, we love Andrew Garfield as an actor, but
actor.
His Spider-Man adaptation.
He's a great actor. He's a bad Spider-Man.
Yeah, we'll agree with that.
I wouldn't cast Benedict Cumberbatch to play Spider-Man.
No, that role, him playing Doctor Strange, that role was made for him.
Like, oh, absolutely. Like the floor.
Yeah, and nothing against Tom Holland. He's great too, but Tobey Maguire is where it is.
Tobey Maguire did it the best. And he's the only American Spider-Man.
True.
Yeah, and I feel like that's part of the reason why I'm so biased.
Well, it's like, look, I know, like, kind of technically his story is not really falling to the comic book adaptation. Well, actually, it's just, I feel like just the web shooters is not the comic book adaptation. But I feel like everything else was kind of like truly story arc because Sam Raimi wanted to stick to the comic books, but like the 60s version,
the vintage,
and it worked in the end.
It really did.
But we both agreed that Spider-Man 2 is one of our favorite superhero movies of all time.
And Doc Ock is obviously the best villain.
Yeah.
I have like a little glass box. Like, I'm a huge lesbian. I have like scissoring tattooed on my side. But at home, I have a shadow box with a bisexual flag in it that says "Break in case of Doc Ock." Love it.
And the actor Alfred, I think Alfred Moreno is
Alfred Molina.
Molina, thank you. See, I almost got it right.
Very close.
He seems like a really nice guy.
He is.
Even like watching him in the bloopers, he's just having fun with it.
He absolutely is. And like one of my favorite like nerd knowledge of how things operated backstage is that oftentimes they had to trick Alfred Molina into the like harness that they used to hoist him up when he
Yeah.
was like on the arms because he hated that so much. He was like, just put me on a green screen stool and edit it away. But Sam Raimi, he's like very much into practicality, very much into practical effects. And so they like sewed it into his outfit and like, tried to into the harness. And I always thought that was like super funny. Is there any other questions that we are forgetting? Because I kind of rambled in the middle of like.
No, you're fine. This is your episode. I mean, we can do whatever the hell we want. Yes, it is all about you.
And now that we're live, we can have like a 15-minute dance break.
Exactly. See, that's now that if I'm going to do this live now, I have to have a strobe lights now, like dance break. But you know what? I'm glad because if I were ever going to do a live version of this, I'm glad I was doing it with you. So
yeah, I'm glad I got all pretty up.
Yeah. Now that gives me a reason to be in drag for this podcast now.
Yeah. Other than just feeling like we're Trixie and Katya sitting here and kikiing.
Well, and the thing is like when I did the episode with Dyke, and they're like, "Can we be in drag for this?" I'm like, yeah, absolutely. I'm like, this would be so perfect for a live episode. Yeah, but
like now it just feels kind of perfect.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like it's a perfect time for you because I think everybody needs to know who you are in the end and get to see you, and now they do.
I'm very excited because, like, I don't know, a lot of drag is just feeling inadequate and working to feel good enough. And like, I always take a look at my bookings and I'm like, oh, I'm not traveling anywhere like Meg is. I'm not doing this or that. Or like, there's other people that I know who started at the same time as me who are doing X, Y, and Z. And I even have like a shiny crown and sash, which I'm wearing for the camera now. And, I like even that doesn't give you like the kind of confidence boost that how do I put it? It didn't really give you the kind of confidence boost that I thought it would, because that's just how the drag game is. Like it's always I gotta push.
Well, I feel like with any drag, you gotta push to a point. Well, even like when you're starting out.
Yeah.
Like, because like, how do I put this? Like when I first started out, I was like, okay, what is my drag gonna be? And I kind of like go in between, like 1 minute I'm horror, 1 minute I'm doing this, 1 minute I'm doing that. Like, I mean, obviously when spooky scenes comes along, it's like I'm gonna do all types of horror shit. Like that's what I did with my last number. If you saw it, like I did a combination of Ice Nine Kills with Disturbed and just combined it together. And I'm glad it actually worked because everyone was like eating it up. Needless to say, I didn't win over the stage, but it's like I really don't give a shit.
It doesn't matter as long as the crowd is eating you up.
Yeah, it's eating up, and if I think it went well, that's all that matters.
I've actually always had like a super hyper specific vision of how I've wanted Dr. Goodlove to look. Like I've always like had this pretty cohesive mood board. I've like before I even did my open stage, he had a birthday and a backstory and an older sibling and a younger sibling, and he had parents and a location where he lived in the south of France and a university that he attended. He was all very much thought and planned every aspect with love and care. It just feels like every time I get better at being Gideon Goodlove.
Yeah, and that's always good. So when you won the crown, how was that whole experience, like from start to finish? How was that whole experience?
Well, we found out that we were going to be having a pageant at this Pride like 2 weeks before this Pride actually happened. And like I had a fancy suit that I had like half finished, and Sam had already competed in like a professional pageant, like he's already competed in Mr. Gay United States. And then there was Atlas Blaine, which you all should come to his birthday show. And there was another local king that someone who performs at the bar who fell into the king division. And then there was the queen division, and we had a fashion runway walk, and we answered a question, and then we had a performance number. And it wasn't like a ranked and scored voting thing. Actually, like we didn't have enough people to like actually make up the judges board. And so it was audience applause, and normally when things are audience applause, Dyke walks away with a crown. 100%. And then when that it came down to me and him, I was genuinely like, oh, it's him, very clearly,
Mhm.
obviously. And then Granny handed me the crown, and I actually cried a little bit, on stage. I was like, oh my god, me?
Yeah, and I can experience that too because like when I did the Pride in the Valley pageant, which obviously Ophelia Vaughn won, which I love you, girl. I was like, that was my first pageant,
Mhm.
and I was not expecting to get into the top two.
Yeah.
And when they called my name to be in the top two, I literally got emotional. Like,
Wow.
what?
Yeah, the
Like-
top two was down to Dyke and I was like, regardless, it's the two of us, and it feels great.
Mhm.
It just kind of shocked me to walk away with something pretty and shiny.
Well, that's good. I think everyone needs to win something in life.
Yeah.
But as long as you're like happy in life, that's all that matters.
It is.
Because like this bitch doesn't win open stage that much, and it's like I really don't care. Like I'm doing this because I love it. I'm not doing this for the money or the fame or anything like that.
The money's a great plus, though.
It is, but it's like as long as I love it, that's all that matters. But yeah, I can understand. Money is everything.
Better money begots better drag, which vicious cycle.
Yeah. But there were shows that you were mentioning. What were those shows again?
Oh,
Like promotion wise.
promotion wise, the flyer hasn't come out for it, but I'm supposed to be in Cincinnati on October 1st. And then this weekend, this one right now, we are having a charity bingo where the proceeds benefit the ACLU at the Rainbow Unicorn. It's a donation to enter. And as the bingo is ending with some of our specialty 18 plus baskets, we will be flowing right into Atlas Blaine's birthday show. And then there's also a couple of other birthday shows in the upcoming months. We have Tavonce's Slasher Birthday Bash, my lovely, lovely drag sister. Kerosene, another one of my drag sisters, regularly hosts Furry Rays in tandem with our All Kings shows at the Rainbow Unicorn. So definitely check those out. And also Phoenix Steele's 21st birthday is coming up. So that's going to be fun. Phoenix Steele is my queen counterpart for the OVP Pride pageant. She's an absolute delight. I love her to death. So those are all definitely. Oh wait, and there's one more. I don't remember the date of it, but it's a long way away. I think it's actually on Halloween night. Poison Skin, who doesn't come out very often, but is always worth the watch. The goth scream queen of the Rainbow Unicorn is having her standard Halloween show.
And that's going to be in West Virginia. Right?
Yes, it is. All of my events are in West Virginia, if I can help it.
I definitely have to come down to one of the shows one day.
Yeah. I mean, if you come to the bingo, I mean, you kind of get a 2 for 1.
Well, yeah. Oh.
Because there is going to be performances at the bingo, as all good drag bingos have.
Ah, okay.
I'm sorry, I'm just paranoid checking the time.
No, you're fine. And because, like I said, this was kind of like a last minute thing.
Yeah, this was like oh my god.
Like, literally, seriously, when I saw that the whole thing got deleted, like everything got deleted, everything I worked for, I was like, fuck.
Like, what do you even do at that point?
Yeah.
Like, other than call customer service, but like, who wants to stay on the phone and argue with customer
Exactly.
service?
It's like at this point, like, I mean, I'll call them, but I think at this point, like, I think this is just what I'm gonna do from now on.
Yeah.
And I think it's just better because, like, now everyone can see everything.
See it, and now you have an excuse to get dressed up. I keep wanting to look down at myself.
We're just looking at ourselves, thinking, "Oh my God, are we pretty enough?"
If you want to know what's really sad, I corseted for this. I double corseted for this podcast nobody was going to see me on. And then as soon as we got done, and now people can actually see me, and I'm out of the double corset.
Oh God. It's all about having a good time, but it's just like, shit, come on.
It's. I mean, I'm still having fun. I'm still having a great time, and I had a great time recording the first podcast. I'm just like, it's the frustration because everything felt like it had such a natural good vibe flow.
And I mean, we're still having a natural good vibe flow. It's just that and look, this is not the first time that it's happened. And it happened on Spotify too. But it's also the fact that, well, I actually had two people on here a couple weeks ago, and they recorded with me after I got done. Somehow it got deleted, so we had to do the whole thing all over again.
God damn.
So it's like, okay, there's obviously something wrong with the app in general. So it's not me, but no, it's no disrespect to the Podbean at all. I'm just saying,
No
like,
disrespect.
maybe it is disrespect, but it is what it is.
I have disrespect.
But yeah, I think this is what we're gonna do from now on, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm glad that my first guest on this is you.
Thank you.
That's gonna be so exciting to get you and Tyson on here
It
together.
definitely will be.
Yeah.
My mom even tells me that we make such like a striking pair, like comparative. Because I'm short IRL. Sorry, folks who want to fantasize about me being 6'4". I capped out in the 5th grade. I'm 5'2". Prayers. It says 5'3" on my driver's license, but that's because I sit on my tiptoes. And Dyke is already very tall. Dyke's like 5'7.5", and then they go and put on 10-inch platforms and a foot tall wig, and then it's like, I don't know why. I don't know why people keep staring at just me. I mean, you look great, and I'm like, yeah, babe, I obviously look great, but you're heads and tails above even most of the cis dudes in here. Like, why? Just sit down. You're tall.
You know what was funny? Like when they came over to record the podcast, and then we went to go do that show for Starlight.
Yeah.
And when they took off their boots, I'm like,
I know, it's
I'm
a
like,
jump scare, right?
how tall are you?
5'7".
5'7". Like, holy fucking shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Littler outside of drag.
like, cause I knew the heels were
Tall,
made them
but
tall,
like, you
but
don't realize how tall.
until they take off, just like, oh, okay,
Oh, yeah,
all right.
I
Like, respect, but like, I mean, I wear heels, but I can't wear those kind of heels. Like, I'll be falling on my ass every time.
I actually wear orthopedics.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of my drag is very much functional to reduce pain. Like, sometimes I even perform with a cane because it's, what's necessary. It's what the calling car requires.
Mm-hmm.
But, orthopedics, comfy cut clothes, stuff that I can like rip off backstage if I get overheated real fast to keep me from like passing out.
Yeah.
It's all stuff I have to factor into my drag.
No, I can understand that. It's funny because like a lot of people are amazed how I do my makeup, and usually, look, when I first started, it took me like a good hour or two because we're starting out. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. But now it's like, oh, it takes me a good 15 minutes.
Yeah, like my half face, because like I have like hard drag, like what you see me in bars most of the time, where my contour is.
Yeah.
That takes me an hour and 20 minutes on the dot. Full glam eye, full everything, an hour and 20 minutes. This I can do in 30.
Yeah.
And like, part of it just has to do with how long I let my face like sit and bake, because I want things to be kind of nice.
But I feel like there's nothing wrong with that, taking that time, because like you're putting art.
Yeah, like I'm paid to get
face, pretty much.
And plus, I have like a weird little Jim Carrey face that like moves funny sometimes, and I can't let like my jaw contour like get too close to my mouth because I make that face a lot in drag, and I feel like it pulls my contour funny.
I do see it now.
Yeah.
And Jim Carrey is one of my favorites of all time.
Absolutely. Like he was on like one of his movies was actually on like my Pinterest board when I was first starting. Like it's a lot of Vincent Price. I don't know if you know who Svengoolie is.
I do.
Yes, Svengoolie was on my like board. The Reanimator on my Pinterest board all the time. Dr. Frankenfurter is on my Pinterest board all the time. Just any weird little scientific guy is right up my alley.
Yeah. Jim Carrey was the reason why I wanted to get into acting.
Oh yeah, he was so expressive.
Yeah. The first movie I ever saw him in was The Mask. And still one of my favorite movies. And I was like, that's what I want to do.
Yeah, and it's so much fun to bring that type of like fun and joy to people.
Yeah, and I definitely want to. That is one of my dream numbers that I want to do. I want to do a number based on that.
Get a hold of Dyke. Dyke has, because I wanted to do a mask number too. So Dyke has like this half finished mix that I don't think I'm ever going to have the energy to finish because I don't really like the mask that much. So if you like, you want a fun mix that's like halfway finished, I mean, get a hold of Dyke.
I would have to listen to it because, like, if I could add some stuff to it, I'll do it. But yeah, well, I'll get a hold of that again. See what we can do. I want to at least try to find some material for it, like obviously green stuff and all that stuff. I don't know if I want to do the exact, yellow tuxedo. I mean, I want to do the yellow tuxedo, but not like exactly. Maybe like a woman's version of it.
Personally, what I think would look really good is like a high cut pencil skirt in the yellow, and then the big oversized jacket, and maybe more of a blouse.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm always a slut for a jabbet, but you don't have to add a jabbet if you don't want to. Obviously, like a giant hat, fucking necessity.
Yeah. We'll talk about this more after.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yes, I always enjoy other people's opinions about stuff.
Oh yeah, and I love just fashion design. I have stacks of shit that like I've drawn up, and I like have plans for it. Like I have shit drawn for performers who don't even know that I thought about like just making them something and dropping it like off of their doorstep because like I just have drawing after drawing of vision. I'm like, oh my god, this would look great. And it's time and money. Time and money.
Well, I do hope that when we do get this done, that I can. Well, obviously, I'll give you the link. That's where everybody can watch this because you do deserve this in the end.
And I do hate to be a chronic bummer, but it's actually getting very close to when my ride was supposed to be able to.
I know.
Pick me up.
And they're not here yet?
I mean, hold on. Because how I'm tracking it is I'm looking at the. Yeah, it's like we have 2 more minutes.
All right.
So, is there any more questions you want to ask in the last 2 minutes?
Not that I know of. I'm just happy that you're here. I'm glad that we were able to do this once again.
I'm glad that we were able to get something up.
Yeah, because I was not gonna let you leave until we got something.
Something online.
Because, like I said, I feel terrible,
No.
and the thing is, like, I'm like my mother. I worry about everybody, and I'm glad that we were able to do this. And we're definitely gonna get you back on. We'll have you on longer. And we're gonna have you and Dyke on. We're gonna have you guys on longer. So it's gonna be a party. And
it's gonna be a rave.
Yeah, and we will make this work. Hopefully, we do not run into the same situation.
Any more technical difficulties.
Yeah.
And like honestly, it was such a delight.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Oh, I'm so glad that we got to be able to do this. All right, guys. Well, it was short, but you know what? We made it work, and it was still fun.
And if you're ever feeling unwell, call the doctor.
Exactly.
Schedule an appointment for all your fashion booking and weird little needs.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we're gonna share this link all over social media now.
Yay!
It's about time we get this live stream up and going.
I really hope you're able to recover the old one because there was like so many funny little bits that I just didn't think I was able to go recreate.
I'm gonna have to see what happens. If not, then
it is what it is.
Yeah. But I'm just glad we were able to do this, and this was still fun too.
It was so much fun.
All right, guys. I will be live next week. We're gonna do this again. If I get a guest, cool. If I don't, I'm gonna do this by myself, and we're just gonna promote the shit out.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Take care. I love you all, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
So, about how long should it take